Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Crystal, if this is your first time here. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I clean my makeup brushes and my makeup sponges. I'm going to show you how I clean them and what products I use to clean them. So let's get started. Alright, so to clean my brushes, I use this Sigma brush mat, and I really love this mat because it has so many different ridges and textures that helps get deep inside of the brushes to clean out all the foundation and everything out of the brushes. It works really well. And I also have just a regular bowl of water sitting here that I use to help rinse my brushes and to wet my brushes throughout the process. This part is optional because obviously you can just go ahead and run your brushes under some water to rinse them that way. Now I use two different soaps to clean my brushes. I use some regular Dawn antibacterial soap. This has hand soap, but it is dish soap. And then I mix that with just a little bit of this lavender Dr. Bronner soap. This soap is really good and it works well to clean a lot of different things, not just makeup brushes, but you do have to dilute this with a little bit of water, which I will do in a second here. Now once I mix the two soaps together, I just go ahead and give it a little shaky shake to, mix it together. And I add just a little bit of water to the solution. I'm going to go ahead and wet my mat so we can get started here. I am going to start with a white brush because I want you to see how good that solution cleans the brush. So we're going to go ahead and wet the brush now. And you don't have to put a lot of soap on the brushes, which I like. Just swirl the tip of the brush inside the solution. And then you're going to gently swirl the brush on the mat, and you want to make sure you do this really lightly because you don't want to cause any damage to your brushes, because some brushes are expensive, like this one here. This is a Sigma brush and you want them to last you as long as possible. And when you're cleaning your brushes, if you're too rough with the brushes, the bristles will start to fall out, and then you'll have to replace them sooner rather than later. So you want to do this gently. The solution is going to get the brushes clean, and that's another reason why they have the different ridges on there, so you don't have to go as hard when you're cleaning it. Get in there with the ridges and it will come clean. Watch. See? All of that bronzer, all that product is out. We're going to go ahead and rinse the brush off. Again, you can rinse your brushes this way, but I always do it that way, and then I'll swirl it in the bowl of water here just to get any soap from inside the brush. But do you see how white and clean that brush became? I also want to show you a foundation brush, because foundation and concealer brushes take just a little bit more effort to get them clean because the product is actually caked inside of the brush. I'm probably going to wash this brush 3 times to actually get it clean. I'm doing exactly what I did with the first brush: wet it and then dip it in the soap solution. Then we're going to gently swirl it on the mat. Product is starting to come out of the brush. However, you may notice that there's not much of a lather. That's because the dirtier your brush is, the less lather you're going to see. It's sort of like washing your hair. You know how you wash, rinse, and repeat? That first wash, you don't really see that much of the soap lather, but the second wash, you got a better lather. That's because the first wash is basically taking most of that buildup and products out of your hair. It's the same concept when it comes to washing your makeup brushes. We're going to go ahead and rinse this and then wash it a second time. As you can see, I do have more of a lather this second go around. However, the soap is still tan because there's still foundation caked deep inside of this brush. So we're going to go ahead and get up in there and get that foundation out of the brush. Third wash. Right off the bat, I have a lather and the soap is white, so the brush is now clean. I'm going to go ahead and finish washing the rest of my brushes, and then I'll show you how I clean my makeup sponges. I actually have 2 different ways I clean my makeup sponges, and I am going to show you both methods. The first method is using these little gem soaps that I got with my beauty blender. These work like a charm. They get the sponges clean super fast, and this is the first method that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and wet this little soap here, and then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the sponge. I'm going to saturate the sponge and make sure it's nice and wet. And I'm just going to rub the sponge on the little soap here all over. Now as I'm rubbing it, I'm actually gently squeezing the sponge and rubbing the soap inside of the sponge. And I'm going to continue to do that all over until I see the soap, the product come out of the sponge. I'm going to do that as many times as I need to. And I think I probably did that total of 3 times. And you want to gently squeeze and rub the sponge, because if you have nails, you definitely can damage and rip your sponge. So you want to gently just massage the sponge until all of the product is out of the sponge. And after about the 3rd massage, the soap is now white and the sponge is nice and clean. The second method I use to clean my makeup sponges, I take that same mixture of soap that we use to clean our brushes, the Dr. Bronner's lavender soap mixed with the Dawn antibacterial soap, and then we just make a soapy water solution with that. And using the remainder of that soapy water solution from cleaning the brushes, we take our sponges and we wet it, and then we saturate the sponge with the remainder of that water, just to get the soap inside the sponge. Give it a nice little massage here. And then we're just going to toss that sponge inside of that soapy water we just made. And we're going to do the same thing with the remainder of our dirty sponges. Then you massage the soapy water into the sponges, and you let that sit for about an hour or 2. I've actually let mine sit overnight before, but you don't need to do that. 1 to 2 hours tops is what you really need. And then this is about after 2 hours, I want to say, our sponges are now nice and clean. To dry my brushes, I just get this fold-out table that I got from like Walmart, I think, and like a t-shirt or a towel, and I lay it on top of the table, and I lay my brushes and my sponges flat to dry. There are some fancy racks that you can purchase to like hang your brushes and let them drip dry, but this method works perfectly fine for me, and my brushes actually dry rather quickly this way as well. So yeah. Well guys, this is how I clean and dry my brushes. I do hope that this video was informative for you. Comment down below and let me know how you wash your brushes. What products do you use? I do appreciate you guys watching this video. If it was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. And until my next video, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.